Tensions rise over Ukraine as US President Donald Trump has criticized Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky for objecting to US-Russia peace talks, saying Kyiv should have resolved the conflict earlier. He also hinted at a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Saudi Arabia, alarming European leaders. Meanwhile, Trump pushed for elections in Ukraine, despite the country being under martial law. In response, Zelensky accused Trump of falling for Russian disinformation, refuting claims about his approval ratings with a new poll showing 57% trust in him. As diplomatic maneuvers unfold, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov praised Trump for stating that NATO's support for Ukraine was a major cause of the war. Trump blamed previous US administrations for pushing Ukraine toward NATO, a stance that aligns with Moscow's long-standing position. Meanwhile, Russia rejected NATO's involvement in any peacekeeping mission, demanding the alliance scrap its promise of future Ukrainian membership. Amid these developments, US and Russian officials met in Riyadh, agreeing to establish teams to negotiate a path to ending the war. Lavrov described the talks as productive, stating both sides heard each other, while Russia declared Western efforts to isolate Moscow a failure. Hamas has announced its readiness to release all remaining hostages in a single exchange as part of the second phase of the ongoing Gaza truce. A senior Hamas official told AFP that the group informed mediators of its willingness to carry out the swap in one go instead of in stages as done in the first phase. However, Hamas did not specify how many hostages remain in captivity. The truce, which began on January 19, is currently in its first phase with negotiations ongoing between both sides. Meanwhile, a new report by the Israeli watchdog Physicians for Human Rights Israel has revealed shocking allegations of torture and abuse of Gaza's medical workers in Israeli detention centers. According to testimonies from detainees, medical professionals were subjected to physical and psychological abuse, including beatings, humiliation, and medical neglect. One nurse described being suspended by his wrists, beaten, and burned with cigarettes, while a surgeon detailed how he and his colleagues were kicked and struck with rifle barrels. The findings have sparked renewed concerns over Israel's treatment of Palestinian detainees amid the ongoing conflict. At the diplomatic level, Egypt and Spain have firmly rejected a controversial proposal by US President Donald Trump to displace Palestinians from Gaza. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez called for the international community to support rebuilding Gaza without forcing its people to leave. Sanchez condemned the plan as immoral, illegal, and destabilizing, emphasizing that Gaza belongs to the Palestinians. The Arab League is set to meet on March 4 to discuss the issue as global opposition to forced displacement grows. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has reaffirmed his commitment to eliminating terrorism after 7 passengers were brutally killed in Balochistan's Barkhan district. Armed men stopped a Punjab-bound bus, checked passengers' ID cards, and executed 7 individuals before fleeing. The attack is part of a surge in terror incidents, particularly in KP and Balochistan, following the TTP's 2022 ceasefire breakdown. PM Shehbaz condemned the killings, promising justice and vowing that such sacrifices would not be in vain. Balochistan Chief Minister Mir Sarfaraz Bugti also condemned the attack, declaring that the government would respond decisively. Security forces, including Frontier Corps and Levies personnel, have launched a manhunt for the attackers. Balochistan has seen multiple attacks targeting Punjab natives. Similar incidents in 𝐒𝐭𝐨𝐬𝐿 and Musa Khel over the past year claimed dozens of lives. The recent attack follows a deadly bombing in Harnai that killed 12 coal miners.